Hi people, Punky here, welcome back to this channel. In this episode we're learning together more about scouting, spotting. It is same in my dictionary, maybe not true, but who cares. Anyways, VSIC, our friend and subscriber, said why you wouldn't do another series about scouting because your old channel is deleted, and this time you can make focus on good places for passive scouting. So we'll learn about that in each episode on different maps. We will learn what is passive scouting, what is aggressive scouting, what is in between, and another bunch of other good tips. We'll learn what to do, where to do, when to do, how to do, what not to do, and we will start with spotting mechanics in this game. And for that, we will just show you one example here, and then we will go in other media. So let's imagine that these sheets with gun data are building, and this CLC is enemy tank, and probably all of you experienced this if you play this game. So only part of tank is visible. You're close enough, but not closer than 50 meters to see this tank clearly. Why not closer than 50 meters? Because inside of 50 meters you will spot each other by proxy, and no matter if you are in bush or behind cover, you will see each other because you sensing tunes, and hear that roar of engines. So what happened? You see part of this tank rear, and you're shooting and you're drawing, you're about to kill him, you're thinking, wow, how stupid this guy is. Maybe you track it, and then he disappeared. And maybe you are on 80 or 100 meters, but he still disappeared, and you should be able to see it because there is no bush between you and him. So what happened? Everything to blame on checking dots. And what are checking dots and what are spotting dots? We will learn in next media in just a second. Okay, so what are those spotting dots and checking dots? We'll start with spotting dots because this video is about spotting, but checking dots are key element of that. So pay good attention because this can help you avoiding taking any damage in city or town when you need to spot in some streets. So let's start, like we said, with spotting dots. In real life, you have three positions from which you can spot: driver sport, gunner's sight or aiming device, and commander's hatch, all that periscopes, telescopes, binoculars, episcopes, and other, optical devices. But in game, it is much simpler. You have one spotting dot in the root of your gun, where gun meets gun mantlet or cradle, and one is on top of your tank, usually commander's hatch. But if your roof is flat, like on some RT and TDs, then I assume that it is cross section of that roof surface. So if you have this above some rock, an enemy is close, you will see him, and he will see you. If your gun muzzle is exposed to enemy, you will see him and detect him with gun muzzle too. So how that works? Like we said in previous example, yeah, we forgot about checking dots. Okay, checking dots. You have one in the rear of your hull, one on side of your tank, one in front of your tank, one also in position of gun mantle, like spotting dot, and one in highest uh, position on your cupola. So even if you move your gun like this, that spotting dot will move with your gun mantles, but checking dot will remain on same place, but also move with your with your gun mantle. And did we said that the there is one checking dot on top of your tank. Also, antennas, gun, and machine gun are not counted as spotting dot or checking dot. So if you or enemy see at least one of those checking dots, they will see you if you are in range, of course. How can you use this knowledge to save all your hit points when you spotting in town? So you don't need to lose any HP going around that corner and spotting tanks, and I will show you now how in several examples. But first, let's go back on that previous example where we had just this portion of tank visible. Well, there is no checking dot on this position, and that is why it will disappear after some time. But if that tank would be visible like this, and now you can see that checking dot on rear of the tank, you will continue to spot that tank if there is no obstacle between you and him, for example, bush or dead tank or something tree. So that is, like we said, very important. So now, if you want to spot a tank, what people usually do if they want to spot me, let's imagine this chaffee want to spot me and you. So usually they will point gun toward me and you, so they can shoot also, or they feel safer like this. But either way, they need to expose their tank, you know. So they need to go forward in this example this much to be able to spot us also. So they're exposing this much of tank. If we move gun muzzle like this, so let's say angle of 90 degrees, then it is even more. They're exposing half of their tank in order to spot us. But if they or you keep this gun forward when you're going forward behind corner, just imagine that this building isn't moving, but gun tank is moving, you know. But this is how I will demonstrate. So now, like you can see, they're exposing just this much of the tank. And also it is important, are they going like this, exposing, you know, the checking dot in front of the hull, or they going like this, not exposing that, and then, you know, we'll see them if they are on mid or long range only after they see us, which is big help in compare with this much. So what you can do to avoid damage completely, because this way they can still, it is better than pointing gun, you know. If your main task is just to spot, not to shoot, then it is better to save your hit points and to spot with your gun forward, not pointing in enemy. But what if you want to conserve all your hit points and not to risk it, and you have time? Well, then you can side scrape. So just watch this. If we side scrape, so now we are going in reverse side scraping, you know. You see truck is appearing, a little bit of turret and hull, and there you go. This much, you know. But there is even better solution. If you move your gun all the way on the side and you side scraping, then you get this truck visible, and there you go. You're just exposing your truck. Of course, on some tanks, the gun muzzle is a weak point, but that is usually on TDs that will not side scrape like this and spot like this, of course, because usually TDs don't have turret. But if you have tank that has longer turrets, which is often the case, you can spot enemy tanks without losing even trucks. You know, they cannot even detract you if you are smart, and I will show you on example of tank like this. So watch this. If this tank goes forward with a gun forward, it will expose just 1.5 wheel, like you can see, maybe even less. But if he points his gun toward us, okay, so now he will expose much more than 1.5 wheels. He will expose 2 wheels, 3 wheels, almost 3.5 wheels to spot us, and he can be detracked and stuff like that. But if he follows my instruction and he sidescrape with turret on side, let me adjust a little bit. If he sidescrapes with turret on side and going in reverse, they can shoot only his gun, and not even detrack him. And he will spot you. Of course, you will spot him, but you can shoot in gun. Of course, gun can be damaged, but no damage taken in hit points. So that is, amazing thing to know, and something that you can use, especially when you are on low HP and you want to conserve your hit point, not to risk it, but you want to see what enemy is going. Is he still there? Is he keeping you at gunpoint? Are you pinned down still, or you can move? So this is how can you check that. So for now, I think it is enough. Don't forget a few main things. Checking dots on middle of your tank on side, on middle of your tank in the rear, on middle of your tank that is full in front, and also on place of spotting dots, gun method, and commander's hatch. So if you can keep them hidden, then you will be not detected. If you see one of them, you will detect enemy tank that is in range. So thank you for watching. Do good damage, do good hunting, and see you in next video.